Hi, I'm Denise Kabisch and I'm here with Brigitte. We are making this video to help people at the Guild have a standard approach to cleaning kiln shelves. We've noticed that there's some concerns about them being done the way that they need to be and not a variety of different ways.
Okay, I'll explain all the materials you need to work on the advanced shelf. You need 4 ounces of water, 50 grams of calcined alumina, and 50 grams of alumina hydrate. But you can also use alumina oxide, 50 grams. Alumina hydrate is a bit finer and helps to keep the solution a bit better in suspension. But this is just a basic recipe because often you will find some powder in the tray, and so the recipe is not 100%. And since it settles, you need to stir it up all the time, and if you don't, it's going to be thinner. So not a very precise recipe. It's a little bit of feeling that you need to do this work. If there's that much powder in the tray, I prefer to take it out and add it little by little, because this is more than the basic recipe that's in there already. So we take the powder out of the tray and set it aside. We need a dust mask, and in the warmer months it's better to do it the work outside, to not have the dust in the studio. I would recommend to wear protective glasses when you grind the shelf, in case some chips start flying around. And you need a bowl of water and a sponge. But advanced shelves don't like water. Never drench a shelf. If I'm using a sponge, I'm also always using it completely wrung out in a way that it's barely damp. Too much water on an advanced shelf will make it explode in the kiln. So this is really something to take serious. Now we start by adding the powder to the water and by stirring it up. It's a milky solution now, and I pour half of it in here. That's how the tray looks. We are just putting on a veil of the solution. It's not looking white when you paint it, when you roll it. It's starting to look white when it's dry. So now the grinding, if there are clay strips. But I like to go all over the shelf with the grinding stone. It seems as if this shelf has gotten a layer of our regular kiln wash at one time, and that is really not good, because if a kiln wash contains silica, it can really make the shelf deteriorate much faster. Even if there are no clay strips on the edges of the shelf, sometimes they feel very rough. I like to use the grinding stone. Because that's where the stackers hold the shelf, and it's nicer for them. If you feel there is something really sticky on the edges, on the corners underneath, here we need the chisel and the hammer. You rarely need the chisel and the hammer on those shelves, but if something is stuck like this piece of shelf yield, then you need it. It's good to use it inwards, hold it rather at a flat angle, and that's where your protective glasses If you put the shelf down, don't let it drop. Do it very slowly. That also prevents dust from billowing up. So, in case there's glaze dust on there, I like to use this damp, barely damp sponge to just gather it and clean the shelves before I put the new Kiln wash on. And the last step, I like to make sure that all the edges are clean of Kiln wash strips. And that's it. For drying, the shelves should stand upright in the kiln room. And if you put them upright, the kiln wash should not start to flow down the shelf. That would mean it's a little bit too much and too wet.